All right. What is up? What is up? What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back to you guys with another video as I get another notification from CNBC. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel, definitely start hitting that subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here, of course. And before I even get started, speaking of subscriptions, we just hit 400 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for all the support, of course. I cannot thank you guys enough. Like I said, without you guys, there'd be no point doing these videos. It's just an awesome community we got going here, which is why I definitely suggest anyone that hasn't subscribed yet, definitely consider subscribing, just checking out what we're all about here. Here in the near future, I say near future because it's still pretty short term. Here for the next year, we'll be doing live stock market trading every single day. But in the meantime, I try to push out a video. I'm starting to get near to where I'm doing them almost every day, but I try to do one at least every day or two. Not just about stock market, not just about options, but we talk about just achieving financial freedom at the end of the day, staying away from bad debt, getting out of debt, just motivation type stuff to just help each other achieve financial freedom at the end of the day, because that's the goal in today's world, of course. And then we also have a totally free Discord group chat. Everything with me is obviously totally free. No point in trying to charge for anything that you can go find on the internet for free. But the Discord chat will be one of the first links in the description box if you're interested in joining that. There's a little over 30 of us in there now, so it's awesome stuff for sure. Finally starting to get some activity going on in there. But we'll get right to it. SPY options. Obviously, I think I titled this video like Robinhood SPY options, what you need to know. What you need to know is obviously we are in the later stages of a bull market. Interest rates are starting to rise. Not to mention right now is October. Now, obviously when you watch this video after it uploads, it may not be October, but at this moment is October, which is by far the most volatile month historically of every single year. It just is. Historically, it is the most volatile month. Now, does that mean that the market goes to total just up in flames every single October? Absolutely not, obviously. But obviously that's when the 2007, 2008, 2009 recession started. That's when, if I remember right, the Great Depression started in October. The 78 or whenever that crash happened started in October. Pretty much every big crash happens in October, but at the same time, there are many, many, many years where there are awesome gains in October. But point being, October is a super volatile month for stocks overall, so be aware, be cautious. Obviously, today SPY was down damn near like 1.5% to 2% at one point early on, having a pretty big rebound going into the end of the day. Ended down just around 0.75%. Up pretty decently after hours, up almost 40 cents, which is roughly what, about 0.1%, maybe something like that. My math's not 100% right there. Let's just do the math because I want to know. So it closed around 242. It's up around, yeah, just over 0.1%, around 0.12%. But anyways, point being, not a good day, even with that factored in. Still down over 0.5% pretty decently. Am I worried? No. I mean, to be honest, when we dropped under 288, I started to get pretty worried because overall, obviously, my trend line, not 100% right, of course, showed right around 291 being our support, and we just totally crushed it. Dropped all the way down to 287. However, computers, everything, whatever happened, started kicking in the later afternoon, and we had a really big actually, rebound to end the day. Almost $2 off of lows, and now we're over $2 off of lows on the day. So if you played today was the day where if you had day trades available, you could have made lots of money, because there were just so many dips and so many bounces. I mean, even if you had just bought, I was looking at a few options, a few call options, 10, 12 options, which are starting to be pushing. I wouldn't suggest buying 10, 12s anymore because you're starting to get really close to within just a week, which I don't like, of course. You guys know I plan on selling my 10, 12, October 12 calls next Friday. 10, 12 calls right around the low. I looked at it when it was around like 87.75. It was bouncing really quick. I mean, you can see on the 1 minute chart, I mean, it was just, it hit the low and then it bounced up to almost 88, 288 within like a 1 minute time frame. So I mean, you had to be super quick, but either way, if you had bought it right around here and then you sold it somewhere up here, you would have made like 40% in like half an hour. So I mean, it was just a crazy day overall within the market, but I mean, it was I stayed away from my Robinhood account, but I did finally log in. Those of you on Discord saw how much I was down around lunchtime. I was down hundreds of dollars at lunchtime. It's annoying to see, annoying to watch. How's it going, Clint? Which night? Right. I know I'm out of day trades until next Wednesday, so almost a week. So I don't have any buying power anyways. I have like $40 of buying power left. But, I was down hundreds of dollars, and I'm still down a couple hundred. But I'm still not worried about it overall. I'll show you guys right here. I have it pulled up. And I invested $200 into my account this morning so I could buy more calls on the sell-off, but I bought them down here thinking, okay, we're probably getting the lowest we're going to get, because I thought 290 was for sure going to be a support. Saw it bounce, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy some calls now. Then surprise, surprise, we just kept selling. So those are down as well, but like I said, I'm not like worried about it too much. I think we're going to get back to 292. I'll talk about that here in a minute. But you can see this month, you're probably thinking, wow, up 24% the last month, not bad. But look where I was at yesterday for the month, up like over 100, up over like 100% on the month. And today, whoo, down 37%. Like I said, you gotta know your technicals whenever you're doing these options. That's just how it goes. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see this sell-off coming. Most people, there's gonna be idiots that claim they did that, oh, I can tell you why it happened, it's because this, and this. They don't know. Everybody's playing the same game at the end of the day. We're all just playing the charts, we're playing the fundamentals, all that stuff. And, I knew that we had a chance of pulling back today just because how yesterday ended, but I didn't think it was obviously going to be this big of a sell-off. However, the bounce that we had near the end of the day is definitely encouraging. I think tomorrow will probably be up roughly around like 0.5%, which obviously won't make up for all of my losses, but it's going to make up for a lot of them. And then, like I said, I'm probably going to have to end up selling these Monday or Tuesday, but no one knows at the end of the day. We went down as much as almost like $4 overall, right? 290, yeah, almost $4 overall. We almost went down today. Who's to say we can't go up $3 to $4 tomorrow? I don't think it's going to happen, but I do think we're overall going to have a green day. Huge overreaction within the market overall. But yeah, like I said, it was definitely a bad day. At my lowest, you can see I was down 500. I didn't know that actually. When I saw it at lunch, I showed you guys this in the Discord group chat. I believe somewhere around the 400s is what I showed. But man, wow, we were down like a lot at one point. But it's all about just sticking to your plan, having faith in your abilities as a trader at the end of the day. How's it going, Luis? Long time no see. Whatever happened to your Tasty Trade account? Well, as probably everybody knows now, months ago, whenever I took how long did I end up taking off anyways from trading? Probably 2 months, somewhere in there, month and a half, 2 months, something like that I took off because we were moving into our new place here. I had to get a car. That was $2,000. Pretty much my trading account became my true emergency fund at the end of the day, and I had to pretty much take out all that money. However, as you can see, I put in $200 today. I've only put in about 475 because I had 275. Yeah, 475 total is what I have invested into my account so far. So overall, I'm still up pretty decent in 1 month. Like I said, we're up overall like 25%, whatever. But before long, we'll be back up over 1,000 very soon. But yeah, I'm not using I was actually talking about that, Luis. If you were in our Discord group chat, you'd actually seen that. It's funny that you bring that up because we were talking about that today in the Discord group chat. I was like, man, I should hop back in Tasty Trade now. I don't want to hop back into Tasty Trade until I get over 1,000 was what I was thinking, but just because I'm getting really close to having to start paying the commissions, which obviously isn't much. It's like 50 cents per contract or something. Very light commissions, obviously, but yeah, I'm probably going to be hopping in. I'm thinking my original goal was to be in Tasty Works by the end of the year, but it's looking like probably before the end of the month. I'm not going to rush it, of course. I'm not going to force trades or anything like that, but it's looking like possibly by November I might be using Tasty Works again. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop using Robinhood. It's just let's be real. You guys know I love Tasty Works. It's a super good platform, especially for trading options. you get filled at like the best price. Like they fill you almost automatically, where Robinhood, you think, all right, bet I'm getting a super good price, and then supposedly it drops like $2, and when you're trading with 5-10 contracts, I mean $2, that's boom, $20 of profit. So I'm no longer with options now. Futures. Yeah. Oh man, I just recently put it in my watch list. One, obviously it's important for SPY, but two, I've been like actually doing some research on just futures overall, how to trade futures and whatnot, since you can obviously trade them damn near 24/7, and I'm really looking a lot more into it. But remind me if I'm wrong, doesn't it take a lot more money, like a lot more capital to do futures, options contracts and whatnot? I think that's the big pitfall of why I'm not doing it, like why I haven't started. Because I remember 2 months ago I was looking at getting into futures, and there was some reason I didn't. But if I remember right, it takes a lot of money to get into futures. But yeah, if or when I start to trade futures, it'll be obviously S&P 500 futures and oil futures will be what I would trade the most personally. Maybe Dow Jones futures, but probably not. Probably just S&P 500 futures and oil futures personally. $400 per contract. You must be using a big account, man. That's crazy. Cheap? How's that cheap? They charge $400 per contract? Man, my account's barely over $400 right now. But yeah, I mean, in long term, I probably will trade futures. I mean, ideally, futures would be awesome for me, especially right now. I'd be able to do, actually, it would give me a reason to actually do quote-unquote live stock market trading videos, because if I was trading futures, I could obviously do it anytime in the evening when I'm off of work, anytime like after 5 or whenever the futures market quote-unquote opens back up, but 5 Central Time or something like that. I don't remember what time it opens up to be exact, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to look more into it in the coming days, weeks, and whatnot, especially now that I'm kind of getting in the rhythm with my SPY options. It's been a while. It has been a while, Luis, since we've chatted. I almost wondered if, like, you unsubscribed, to be honest. I think we follow each other on Twitter. But, I mean, we've been rolling lately with SPY options. Literally, that's all I've been trading. You can see, yeah, there's all my deposits right there. But, I mean, you can see everything. SPY. I mean, everything's been SPY lately. And ever since I've been doing just SPY, I mean, I've been making, with the exception of today, of course, I mean, I've been making a killing. Like I said, I mean, yeah, we would be at $931 if we didn't have the horrible sell-off today. But I'm still not worried. Like I said, guys, I'm not worried about it because, I mean, how much am I down on this one? This one I'm down 25%, which seems like a lot, which obviously it is. But, I mean, just to put in perspective, options today swung at one point. Well, the options that I had traded had swung like 50 to 80%, maybe even more. I don't know. I wasn't even looking at them too much because I knew it was going to be horrible. It was going to be like just a slaughter fest. These are down huge. I'm not going to lie. These are down like 50. Yeah, 45%. Creek. But overall, I mean, these ones, I can't lie, I'm slightly worried about. I might have to cut a very, very small loss. These will probably still end up being decently profitable. Just because I'm not super, I mean, these are 20% higher than these essentially. So, these I might end up breaking even, getting close. I might profit, who knows? Like I said, we can't predict exactly how the market's going to move at the end of the day, but out of the two that I have currently, these are the ones I'm obviously a little more worried about, but I'm still not, where's my break even price anyways? Break even 293.50. So yeah, I mean, it has to move quite a bit for me. That's by your expiration date, of course. It has to move quite a bit for me to break even within just over a week now. Obviously, I plan on selling them by like Tuesday. So, I mean, we'll just see. I mean, I think today was just a big, I don't know why it tried to block it. Let's see here. AMP is my broker. Check it out. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, like I said, I'm definitely going to be looking into it a lot more. Man, SPY's still going up after hours. But what I'm really focused on is, obviously, like I said, are my trend lines 100% correct? No. I drew this trend line out way back in like June, guys. So I mean, the fact that it's even this damn close as a resistance line is pretty damn amazing, in all honesty. I'm kind of proud of it, to be honest. But and then is this resistance line support line gonna be 100% right? No. It's just a general how I kind of see the market moving of late. What I like to see on our 1 year 1 day is that our RSI is definitely not overbought by any stretch. It's not oversold, obviously, either. It'd have to drop a lot for it to be oversold. I think it'd have to drop to like 280 to start to be oversold. Don't see the market going down that far whatsoever. And then you guys know that I mostly use the 10-day 1 hour, or in this case, they only have 20-day 1 hour. Either way, the 1 hour chart is what I love to use when it comes to just kind of day-to-day trading SPY options. I like buying, of course, whenever it's in the red, getting ready to go to green, or at the lowest, quote-unquote, lowest point. Is this always correct? Is the MACD always correct? No. But I would say close to 90% of the time, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times, you can bet that whenever you're at your lowest point, it's obviously getting ready to go back up, at least temporarily, but also you're just setting yourself up for, again, it's all about setting yourself up for days out. That's how I trade, at least when it comes to SPY options currently. Do I day trade from time to time? Yeah, I used all 3 day trades yesterday, and I made like $500 doing it. But at the same time, it's about setting yourself up for what you think is going to happen over the next few days, especially while you're still limited to 3 day trades under the PDT with Robinhood and all that stuff. Obviously, when you go over to Tastyworks, you can do as many day trades as you want, as long as you wait for that 1 business day for those funds to clear, and you won't like violate the PDT, whatever, for trading with unsettled funds. Is it 1 business day or 3? I think it's 1 or 2 business days, something like that. But overall, the chart's setting up pretty damn nicely for us to definitely have a hell of a day tomorrow. RSI's chilling around 40 right now. I do see us, I think we're probably going to test 290, and then it's probably going to chill off later on this evening. But I'm predicting a pretty decent gap up tomorrow to around like 290, 291 in the morning hours. And then I think we might possibly run to 292 is what I'm kind of thinking tomorrow. That's why I said, like I said, these options might still be very profitable, but it just depends on how tomorrow goes. Tomorrow will be a very, very, very key indicator on how my options are going to end up going for me exactly. Tweeted. I feel like I remember that actually, because I only usually hop on Twitter like once or twice a day. I hopped on earlier around, what was it, lunchtime probably? So you said 7 hours ago. Okay, so it probably wasn't that time then. But yeah, you definitely do post a lot of charts on there for sure. How's it going there, Josh? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever. You're in Washington, so it's probably still afternoon there. It's probably like 2 o'clock or something. But yeah, I mean, even if we just fill the gap, we're going to 291. So I mean, that's over $1 gap up. So that, if we gapped up to 291, my options that I bought this morning would become profitable, and the ones that are down would be damn near break even. Probably not quite break even. I bought those when the market was at like what was it at? Because it was yesterday. Let me zoom in here. I bought like right at the end of the day. Yeah, it might have been around 291 when I bought them. Let me do the 5 minute. Get a little closer look. So it was really close to the end of the day. So I think I bought it like right in here. Yeah, it was around like 291.40. So I mean, yeah, if we gapped up to 291, I'd be getting pretty close to break even. Not quite. I'd probably still be down if I'm a betting man, 10 to 20%. But like I said, no one can predict at the end of the day what's going to happen overnight within the futures market and all that stuff when it comes to SPY. Is Texas your home? Yeah, I am in, to be exact, like the Addison Farmers Branch area. When we first moved here, which is Dallas still essentially, when we moved here, I originally lived in like Garland. We were staying with her mom and stepdad for a while, just getting settled in before we got in our new place, which was like Far East Dallas. And now we live in the Farmers Branch Addison area, which is kind of like northwest Dallas. It's pretty close to like all the airports: Addison Airport, Dallas Fort Worth Airport, Dallas Love Field Airport, all those airports. So Los Angeles, man, the cost of living out there, you probably couldn't even live off of what I make in my job right now. But yeah, cool stuff though. I bet you have some good connections down there too, because I've actually seen some tweets of yours. It looks like you get to meet some pretty cool people out there. So awesome stuff. And like I said, we just hit 400 subscribers today. That's awesome. Like I said, I cannot thank you guys enough for the support you've all given me, especially this year. This year has been by far our biggest year in growth in the channel and the community overall. We grew at like rapid rate. We grew super fast whenever I was doing live stock market trading every single day when I had that overnight job. Are we live still? Sorry about that. Almost happens almost every single stream. Every single stream it seems to happen at some point. It didn't yesterday, but it did today. So sorry about that, guys. But now, like I was saying, at least we're back to doing a stream almost every single day. At least just like a market recap, and I try to throw in some kind of topic for just anyone that's like joining in for the first time or looking to get into the markets and trying to just figure out, because I know Robinhood is by far like the #1 app that all the noobs get into whenever it starts whenever they start trading, which makes sense, right? Because totally free commissions, or 99.99% free commission, and they're just trying to figure out how can I make some money, even just some side money. That's why I like to stress the most is like, even if you don't plan on quote unquote like quitting your job, achieving financial freedom, all that stuff, and you're just looking to make some side money and not have to do bullshit like Uber and all that all day, you can make good, decent side money in the stock market if you play your cards right, if you actually learn the ins and outs of the market, and obviously buy low, sell high at the end of the day to keep it short. That's what it's just all about at the end of the day. But I need a drink real quick. Sorry. But I mean, I kind of got off topic of what the video is supposed to be about anyways, but like, it's been crazy. It's been a while since we had a few people in here, so it's fun stuff. But the whole point of just this video from the start was just, when it comes to SPY options, you have to know, especially in the month of October, there is super crazy amounts of volatility. And today, I mean, today was probably the most volatile day, obviously, since I started trading again this last month. And this is probably the most volatility I've seen since, what, probably back in March, around March, April. Correct me if I'm wrong, somewhere around March or April. So, I mean, if you're starting to trade right now, I would definitely suggest paper trading for one, because you're probably going to just scare your pants off for sure. Because most people, when they start out trading, they see this, they're going to panic sell. They see this, they're definitely going to panic sell. And how bad would you feel if you panic sold down here minus $540 and you made up literally $200 of it just by the end of the day, and then let alone what I'm probably going to make up tomorrow just on the gap up tomorrow. I mean, let's be real. We're probably, today was a huge overreaction to, well, if I was a betting man, the interest rates, the whole rate hike, all that stuff. Huge overreaction to it. There was nothing else for the market to really fart about. And we got, what is it, what damn stat's going to be released tomorrow? The, one of the jobs numbers, not unemployment. That was today, wasn't it? The jobs report, though. Like how many jobs or whatever were created and whatnot last month. So, and that sounds like it's going to be good news. So, I mean, there's all ingredients for a huge gap up tomorrow, especially after that report tomorrow morning. I think we're at least going to fill the gap to around, like I said, 291 by the bell tomorrow. And then I would not be surprised. There's going to be a pretty strong resistance first at 291. After that, probably right around 292. So, I mean, I would say the range for tomorrow is 291 to 292 if I was a betting man, like I said. But we have to get to 291 first. We're on our way there. We're right around 290 right now. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we start to kind of pull back, especially the later hours of the evening, like 6, 7 o'clock. I wouldn't be surprised if we start pulling back to say like 289, 289.40, somewhere around where we closed essentially, and we kind of just leveled out kind of around like 289.50 to 289.70. and then we gapped up in the morning. That's just my thoughts on it, just based off of the recent trends over the last 5, 10, 20 days, however many days we've kind of just been gapping down and gapping up, just pretty much filling the gap at the end of the day. Like I said, I mean, if we just fill the gap, we're talking 291. So we'll see what happens. But when you're trading SPY options, you just have to know, unless if you're doing months out, like November, December, February. Sorry about that. February, like months out calls, your options, I mean, even let's just take a look, because one, I'm interested in it now, I'm thinking about it, and two, I just want to show you guys the difference, especially those of you that are new. So as you can see, you could buy, you'd be stupid to buy an October 8. So like the ones that I have right now, calls, you could get, I don't have a 290, I wish I did, but you could get a 290 call right now for $184. That went down 37%, over 37% today. Now, if you went just 1 month out, you went to say November 16th, which is just over a month out of that, you literally cut over 10% off of that. It went down only about 19-20%. Now let's say you go out even further to say, let's go to January. Don't have any January, there we go. January 18. They only went down about 12%. So I mean, literally just by going months out, you can see they cost a lot more money. $800 almost, these costs. If you're wondering how it costs $800, if say you're a total noob and you're wondering why they cost almost $800 when it says $797, take it times 100 essentially. You're pretty much buying the option to purchase 100 shares, so you multiply by 100 to just keep it simple. But you literally cut down how much you lost by, what, a third almost, just by buying months out. Now you're paying almost, what, over quadruple what the October 12th one was. Let's see, that's almost 800. These ones are almost 2. So yeah, pretty much quadruple, but you're getting, what, 4 months, 3-4 months extra of time for it to make you that money. So in some cases, it's actually more worth it to buy further out options, just because you have the security net. Say you have a super busy life, you can't be worrying about the options minute by minute, hour by hour, anything like that. Like me, I can't even focus on them quite minute by minute. I can focus on them probably 20 minute by 30 minute by hour. So just because my job, I have a lot of driving time, I have a lot of, like, I don't say break time necessarily, but a lot of just time in between homes, where I'm spraying homes, where I can just check real quick, be like, okay, yeah, right now is a good time to buy, right now is a good sell, blah, 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 blah. That's why my profits, I mean, I've only been covering, you guys saw, if you saw the stream yesterday, I've been only covering like 10 to 20% profit, when at times I could have covered 30, 40 at times, but it's just all about consistency. Whenever you see profit, cover it. I don't care how much, how little. If you look at the technicals and you're like, you know what, it could really go either way at this moment, cover. If you're in the green, cover. It's just that simple, guys. But I just wanted to bring this video to mostly the newer people that are considering like trading options on Robinhood, since Robinhood options are still pretty new. Those of you that have been watching my YouTube channel for a while know that I don't necessarily like using Robinhood for trading options, but when you're using an account under $1,000, I think it's definitely a must, because just the fact that you have 0 commissions, you get to lock in all that profit. To me, it's just a win-win at the end of the day. There are a bunch of corkscrews that can mess you up, but for the most part, it's definitely not too bad. As long as you're doing your homework and sticking to your plan, you don't really have much to worry about. But like I said, I do here in the next month or so probably definitely plan on going back to Tastyworks, and then I'll obviously still keep using TD Ameritrade for my charts, TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. But I just want to bring this video, like I said, mostly to the new people that are just looking to get into SPY options, or options on Robinhood in general for that matter. Just kind of let you guys know just straight up. That's why I keep showing you guys how much money I was down today, because you have to be prepared. It's gonna happen. I mean, it's just, it's inevitable, guys. I mean, I had a hell of a run the last, what, week or two? Yeah, the last week or two, you can see I was down like 16%. You can see, I mean, I was down 40% on my, well, it was, Oh, it's because I added $200. But I was overall down like 40-60% on my account when I first started trading. But sure enough, it went up. It's just riding out the roller coaster at the end of the day. As long as you just keep riding, covering the profits, knowing when to cut the losses, as long as you do your homework and you know, hey, realistically, it's not going to go below this. It's probably not going to go above this. So I'm probably going to buy an option right here. Then 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to make some decent money. I mean, there's no reason for you to not average at least 10% per option contract on average. That's after your losses, your wins, everything like that. You should win probably, I would say 7 to 8 out of 10 options that you do. I mean, that's just it. But we can get into all that, all like the nitty-gritty details. I have a bunch of videos, as most of you know, all over the channel about just my options trading strategies. I'm not done. I'm not done. Can you give me like 2 minutes? I'm almost done. Okay. Sorry about that. But okay, what was I saying? Sorry about that. But like I said, I'll get into all that in a future video. But like I said, if you haven't already joined the Discord group chat, it's like one of the first links in the description box. Wow, that was awkward. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there making that profit, covering your profits, and achieving some financial freedom. And I'll see you guys in the next day. Take it easy.